Introducing the Dune Bat.
Go like a Kobe, 24 on the clock, grinding hard to the morning, promise that we won't stop. Nah, I can't take no losses, pray that we make it out.
Good morning, boys. Now this morning we have some very, very special plans in the new Tesla. Let's head to Fab. Well, in case you guys have missed it, in the last episode, we just picked up my brand new 2020 Tesla Model 3 that has been completely cut up. Now, what makes this Tesla special is all of the safeties on this have been shut off, doing what a Tesla was never designed or capable of doing. We could do burnouts, we could drift this, you could do anything you want with this. This is our third set of tires this week, and if you can't tell, completely bald. This is genuinely one of the most fun cars I've ever driven in my entire life, even though it is a Tesla. And today, we're about to make this a whole lot better. Let's go ahead and get this thing pulled into straight fabrication. We're adding a cage. Well, it turns out, I thought it was just that rear aluminum that we could see. No, it's the entire underside of the car, which also, I believe, acts as a lot of the structure and frame of the car. The whole bottom side will need to get dropped out. The scariest part here for Strayed is welding onto the car, and if this battery catches on fire, game over. So we're trying to figure out the best, safest, all the routes that we could do to do this. But yeah, this battery is insanely ginormous. Today is a rough day for me and the Tesla. It's been fighting at me. Tesla 2, Remmy 0. We've just first lost my iPhone, and then now my brand new Meta glasses that we just picked up in the last video. That's $3,000 in a span of 2 hours. You know what? I think we can make these work. Gotta hide the pain. Now the first thing to go is going to be the seats and then the carpet, because apparently there's a few bolts on the floorboard here. Plus this has to get removed anyway so we can weld the plates for the cage. Oh, that's so nasty. There is a quick disconnect. We have to remove all of the plastic, and then it's buried up here on pretty much the firewall. There we go. Now it's freaking out at us. Watch this be the one thing that makes the car not run now. It's like, oh, you unplug the seats, you're done for.
It's all nasty.
What a G. Since we won't be needing these anymore, we can go ahead and just get these out of here. All right, if anybody needs Tesla passenger seat belt, let me know. And here is what it looks like with the center console off. Honestly, they're pretty minimalistic. Now we're gonna go ahead and get this thing shut off. Power off. Are you sure you want to power off? Place foot on brake to turn power back on. Okay, so power off. And then up front here, we have our little 12-volt system. It's really funny to me that we have like a ginormous battery for the whole car. And up front, we have a little battery, but this kind of powers all of the accessories, normal 12-volt power. I don't know why they do it that way. I'm sure there's some reason. I'm not an engineer or have any expertise, but pretty funny. Heck yeah. Now what I really wish I could do, I'd just be very scared to, is like cut these cables and re-lengthen it so I could actually have a proper charging port. Now, as of right now, there should be no power. Now here we go. This is the entire underside of the car, AKA the battery. This small little plastic shield is all that protects the bottom. But it looks like we weren't really scraping this that bad. Let me know when you're about to pull it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. All right, a couple of YouTube mechanics here. We got all of the bolts removed. We have a couple corner ones, but that is where the lift is held up. It's actually holding on the battery pack and the pinch weld. So we're gonna go ahead and lower it down. I think the game plan is to put on a pallet and lift the car off the battery. We'll see if that works or not, but pretty much all of the under bolts are done. All of the connections are undone. All the coolant lines are off. Crossing our fingers that we could pull this battery pack out. I don't think Tesla originally designed for people to be taking these out of the cars by themselves. We're about to find out. This is rated for 1,060 pounds. And there we go. The car officially is on the ground on the pallet. All right, we have all of the top bolts removed. Let's go ahead and raise up the chassis and see if this battery comes out. Oh, baby. And that is what a 1,000-pound Tesla battery looks like. Battery's out. I think that's gonna be a wrap today. The boys stayed late to get this done. Now, let's get a cage fabricated. All right, here we go. It is now the next day. Dustin's been hard at work. He's got the bends done on the main hoop. It is a little bit taller, I think, than what it's going to be. It's so goofy seeing how tall it actually is without the frame of the car being there. And there we go. We got the surface all grinded down, ready to go ahead and get the base plates welded in. And here we go. The main hoop is tacked in. Look at that, baby. We have to see obviously all the other bars on here, but yeah, it's gonna look wild. Now, it's been a few days. We've let the boys go hard at work because, frankly, I'm pointless when it comes to welding the cage. I think it's fully welded now. I think we're pretty much ready to go ahead and get the battery reinstalled. It literally looks like a dune buggy, but look at all of these welds. It is so amazing. Now, another thing that's different from this cage is normally all my fabrication stuff is cages has been chromoly. We decided to go with a mild steel, some DOM on this, mainly because it was cheaper. I didn't care to spend a ton of money on this. Now, the missing piece for the Tesla is our fancy harnesses. Able to pick these up locally. Not quite sure how nice they are, but if they do the job, it's all I really care about. They're gonna get absolutely thrashed. All right, the cage is fully welded. Hello, Chris. Now we have the fun part of trying to figure out how to get this 1,100-pound battery under the car in the exact same position we... He painted it. That's honestly very smart. There's some paint marks here, so we should be able to get it lined up because it's one thing to like adjust something that doesn't line up when it's like a pound. When it's 1,100 pounds and the bolt hole isn't directly where you need it, it might cause us a few problems. And now let's go ahead and slide the battery underneath. And down we go. All right, we're gonna go ahead, get everything connected, get the wheels back on, and show you guys the grand reveal. Well, here we go. We have the Tesla outside, but shocker, it is giving us quite a bit of issues. One, it's not taking coolant, and for some reason, on the computer, it won't actually allow it to like do the cycle it needs to do. But also, we are now completely limited on power. It's in complete limp mode right now. I really, really don't want to take this to Tesla, but I will if I have to. Okay. But we have power. But, oh, it kind of broke it loose. Let's see. Did we even change anything? Or it just started not freaking out?
The seatbelt's plugged in and like we all walked around it for a few minutes.
Yeah, baby. She works again. All right, you holding on, Justin?
I am.
It's kind of freaking out a little bit. So lesson learned with Teslas, if you unplug it, plug it back in, everything works again. All right, now the video is just getting started. Let's go not try to flip this, but like we have protection in case we do flip it. That's I think all I need to say. Now, momentarily, we are heading over to our ORV park to get a little bit sendy on the trails now that we have the proper safety equipment. We have a cage in case we roll over, and we have harnesses so we can actually stay put in the car. Now, since I'm balling on a budget here, I don't want to spend too much money on a Tesla. We only opted in for getting 2 sets of these like all-terrain off-road tires. This is rear-wheel drive, so the rear end will be able to hopefully hook up quite nice. The front end, though, could be a little bit sloppy on the trails because the rear end's probably gonna push the front end wherever it wants to go. So if these tires aren't hooking, we're probably gonna be all over the place, but it's gonna make it that much more fun. These are some meats, dude. Introducing the Dune Bat. A mixture between a dune buggy and a battery. Now, we just got our full cage installed from our friends at Fabrication. This is a way overkill-ish kind of cage. This is almost an 850 cert cage, the same cage we have in the Honda. The only thing that we're really missing is our door bar. Now that would add extra protection for us, but frankly, I want to be able just to jump in and out of this. I don't think we're gonna be doing anything too crazy where it warrants having a door bar. We do have our 5-point harnesses. Now in the last video, we picked this up, had our fun with it. It was an absolute blast. That is the whole reason I've now decided to spend more money on a freaking Tesla. We have more parts on the way for this, but we are gonna go ahead and head over to our ORV park with 800 acres of just open land, trails, hill climbs, jumps, whatever it may be. We have a few buddies of mine joining. Let's see what happens. All right, my neighbor's gonna come kill me.
On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Way up. Now we gon' way up.
And we have made it to our little playpen. We've been here for probably 20 seconds and today's gonna be a good day. So here's kind of like the bottom flatlands. Here we have some hill climbs and whatnot, but we also have a ton of trails in the back. All right, baby.
Let's get it.
Oh, I'm in park.
Big dreams, big moves. I was pictured in small kids, small town. Never changed, babe. Long roads, cold nights. Stayed down, came up.
And this is probably the most pathetic. Like, we're just on flatland right now. This thing's freaking crazy. The trippiest part is it's dead quiet. All you hear is the squeak. Oh, damn.
It's nothing burn like firewood. Keep the flame inside me, hustle as I should. It was days that I was from and always knew I could. Now the cash, it keeps on coming.
You gotta like not smile and have fun because you just get sand in your mouth.
Yeah,
in the mouth.
yeah.
And then he finally turned the other way over there. I was like, thanks, not my side for once.
Too easy.
It's a freaking beast.
Oh my god, that's so terrifying.
Oh, front tires off the ground.
All right, up next, the flatland's fun, but can we make it around the tree? It doesn't look as stupid as this on camera. It's gonna be bump, bump, bump.
It's gonna be gnarly.
I broke something.
Oh no, that's why.
My hood latch.
Shit, it didn't work anyways.
Well, we made it.
Yeah, that did it relatively easy.
I wasn't even like sending it really. Good boy.
He's mobbing through the woods, and I'm like, hell yeah, brother. And then I'm like, oh yeah, he's never ridden a fucking bike before.
Dude, every bump I hit my floor again, like I can't stop. All right, who's driving now?
Drew's got that. My knees need a reset. Knees need a reset.
Well, the Tesla's getting absolutely thrashed, but so far, it does trails wonderfully. It does whoops pretty well. It does hill climbing. The only thing we really haven't tested is jumps. Just so you guys know, if you guys haven't seen a couple videos with Drew now, he likes to kill us. So
Safety, dude.
yeah, we have harnesses. We're good to go. Let's see what happens. Just so you know, I better see a full send.
Oh, okay. A couple times I didn't think it was gonna turn. There was a couple times when you get the weird nervous, like your feet does the which one.
Yeah.
And it was really close to the fence in the public road.
Yeah, there's 2 cars coming at us and we're like right next to the fence. And I think what gets me is just so quiet.
It is.
You know, like we're trying to find you when you guys left. We're like,
all you hear is the ball.
yeah, we're just, I didn't even know he was here.
Yeah.
It felt like I was going fast, but it's probably not, right?
No, it looks good.
I don't want to wreck this thing.
You can, what is there to wreck?
We hit a rock so hard.
Dude, I thought the battery like was a half.
Right when I saw the front tires start pushing dirt, I was like, oh.
I wasn't stopping. I was like, oh shit. Most
Remy.
definitely need the front tires. That's what I get for trying to be cheap. We broke it.
What?
No power.
Speed limited to 47 miles an hour.
Did you try turning it off and turning it back on again?
We must have hit something.
Oh, it's at 28% too.
So it could be that then.
It could be, but usually it's after 20. This is 28.
I didn't hit nothing though.
Honestly though, I give this a solid 8 out of 10. It'll be a 10 out of 10 with front tires.
Why 47 out of all the numbers?
Well, it went from 60 to 57 to...
Oh,
Yeah,
so it keeps going down.
Yeah.
So soon enough, it'll be 0. You're done.
Yeah, they cut you off.
when they cut
The
you
government
Maybe
cuts
maybe
you
it's
off.
Tesla slowly just like
Killing your battery.
stop.
Ready? Yeah.
I'm so scared.
There you go. No! That's terrifying.
I should have worn my helmet. And we have now made it back to what I'm kind of deeming the GTA garage now. We have the TTRS rebuild, if you guys have been following along with that. It's been quite a long time since an update. Still waiting on parts. We have the Dune Bat, my 1,000 horsepower all-wheel drive Honda, McLaren 720 all-touring part. Literally a scene out of the GTA garage. But the big takeaway from this video is EVs aren't as bad as I thought, only in this condition though. The car literally performed fantastically. We do have a speed limiter again. I'll get that addressed. It's gotta be something goofy. What I probably will do before the next video, there's somebody that reached out to me that knows how to jailbreak these and get rid of everything. So this car will just function as long as the motors and battery physically are working. Other than that, it'll get rid of all the error codes, everything, which is kind of what we need with this because obviously we're a straight just off-road car now. Tires worked amazingly. If we didn't have these on, we wouldn't have been able to do half the things we did. I know on video, it probably looks so underwhelming than what it was actually behind the wheel. We'll see if a company wants to work with me here and just get a full proper off-road setup going on here. Straight fabrication cage. Thankfully, we didn't have to use it. We did not flip over. There's only one point, I don't even know if it was caught on video, where we were pretty sideways, but this thing is so heavy on the bottom. It didn't feel sketchy. Harnesses, most definitely the boot. We made it back with like 15%. So we got a full day use out of this. The tab for the radiator broke. If that's all the damage we did, big, 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 big win. But my goodness, this is going to turn into a crazy off-road build. I'm leaving it up to you guys in the comments. What do you want to see done to this? Now I'm thinking we go full overland style. We get like the light bar up front, boat speakers that like we hang here, make this thing bump. I want to try to figure out if there's a way to have like a bigger battery, longer capacity. Why are you laughing?
I have a funny idea. You know, in like Jeeps and stuff where they put extra gas tanks on the side?
Oh, we could put gas tanks on. We'll throw some gas jugs on. You guys let me know down below because I know nothing about the overland, off-road, ATV, that world. But the Dune Bat, she's hitting strong. And if you haven't already by now, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Helps out tremendously. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Whatever the top comment is, that's what we're gonna do.